Allez, Guy.
Thank you.
Sur les supporters, on imagine tous supporters pour l'équipe de France, mais les Biélorusses sont peut-être ici avec nous. Les fans de la Biélorussie, faites du bruit! Il y en a, bien sûr. Les fans de l'équipe de France, faites du bruit!
Obélix, fais-moi un petit tour. Allez, un petit tour, s'il te plaît. Allez, le tour, là!
Demandez le tour, attention là! Magnifique!
Les équipes vont bientôt rentrer sur la glace. Décidez évidemment des arbitres de ce match. On attend beaucoup de bruit pour les équipes, s'il vous plaît.
Les arbitres de cette rencontre sont aussi désignés par la Fédération internationale de hockey sur glace. The game of the game has been elected to the President and International Ice Hockey Federation. Les arbitres sont les juges. The referee of the game is Mr. Mr. Elias Makers and Mr. Susha Snake. La composition de départ de l'équipe de Biélorussie. The starting lineup for Team Belarus. Le numéro 35, number 35, Laland. Numéro 14, number 14, Lizovets. Numéro 89, number 88, Korobov. Numéro 70, number 70, Linglet. Numéro 17, number 17, Chernogovic. Numéro 71, number 71, Pavlovic. La composition de départ de l'équipe de France. The starting line-up for Team France. Le numéro 39, number 39, Christobel Huet. Le numéro 18, number 18, Johan Ovitu. Numéro 84, number 84, Kevin Ekfeuille. Numéro 21, number 21, Antoine Roussel. Numéro 41, number 41, Pierre-Édouard Belmar. Numéro 14, number 14, Stéphane Dacosta.
Allez, à moins de 40 secondes du coup d'envoi. Je veux tous vous entendre. Écoutez la colonne, là. On t'entend
là. Hello everybody, welcome to Paris, France, Group B action. The host French take on Belarus as Kevin Lalonde readies himself in the Belarusian net. Belarus looking for their first point, first win of the tournament perhaps. That would be an upset for Dave Lewis and his team as they take on the host French, who are looking to get back in the win column, playing on back-to-back nights in front of their hometown crowd, falling to Canada one night ago. Trying to keep pace in Group B. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson with you, and always exciting when the hosts are involved.
It absolutely is. The French have electrified their home crowd throughout this tournament, and Belarus has not come to life offensively. Only 3 goals, and this is their 5th game, as you mentioned, winless so far.
Be Cristobal Huet at the other end for France, the goaltender, 41-year-old, and it'll be Belarus that plays it in. There's Huet. Will stop it behind the net. Overchu. Move to Belmar. Bank pass to center. Didn't reach the Belarusian line where Roussel was waiting for it. Overchu back again. Pressured a little bit by Pavlovich. Move to the near board. Stefan da Costa. Some room. A shot. That's low and wide on the glove side of Lalonde. Didn't move and slipped right past him. Both teams get an early change in. No Andrei Kostitsyn, we should mention, for Belarus. He misses another game, continuing to try and shake off an injury. Sergei is playing as part of the Kostitsyn brothers. France with an opportunity in the slot. Trying to turn to get a shot away. Teddy da Costa and Sedmanov off from the line, right side. Had it blocked in front. Belarus counteracting up ice will chip one in deep.
The French, the question is how much energy will they have after playing a real emotional game and losing by a goal to Canada last night 3-2.
Conversion left it. Shot towards the goal. Off the stick of Kulikov, deflected wide. France will change. Kulikov at center. Interfered with a little bit. Don Malka rather, jumping up on the play, now getting back to defend. Far boards. Demkov to the line. Block. France away. Coming in is Perret. Some room to the net. Shoot. Stop Lalonde. Rebound pushed to the front. Douay ensnared by the glove of Kevin Lalonde, who's busy early against France attack.
First real scoring chance for the French after a block shot puts Perret on the breakaway, but he is guided to the side, and then the follow-up chance is right there, and so is the goaltender Lalonde. His best stop early, gets the stick down between the legs.
Ritz trying to win the draw for France in the Belarusian zone. Helped back though by Volkov around to the far boards. Belarus stalled at center. Ripped into the right of Huey, off the inboards, it's centered. Rack is there for France to guide it out to center ice. Janil coming over. Had a hit lined up. Didn't have to lay that one out on Droz. Belarus. Far side wall. 6 players involved, trying to dig that puck free. Works back to Dom Malka, who had one of the goals against the Canadians in what was a really tight 3-2 defeat.
An early third period goal for Canada, you're right. A play that was unfortunate, banked off the backboards and past the goalie.
The shot, chest high for Huey, no problem against Stefanovic.
It was Florian Hardy who was in the net for the French against Canada, but the cult hero, Cristobal Huey, in his last World Championship, together with their captain and spiritual leader, Laurent Mounier, number 10, who you'll see a lot of throughout this hockey game. Huey, economy of motion, takes that puck right in the crest.
Draw in the French zone. Scoreless tie early. Good energy in the building once again as the Parisians unite. Mekafun back behind his goal for Overchu. Right up the middle, France assembling. 2 hold the line, Da Costa in. Now Belmar looks to the slot, played it behind Ekafou as the French were starting to jam the front of the net up, hoping that point shot would come. Belmar in again. The Philadelphia Flyers turned it deep. Lalonde got a piece of it. Belarus, Pavlovich on the far side, can't get it out. Antoine Roussel ties up his man, trying to keep that puck moving with his skates. Did free it up for a cycle down low. Belmar looking on. Da Costa, Stefan da Costa to Belmar, protecting near side. Belmar down the boards for Bash, but ends up behind the Belarus net, manned by Lalonde, the Kingston native. Able to pry it free. Sharangovic around to the far boards. Belarus trying to get out. Both teams want to change it up here. Almost 4 minutes into the first. Stas sent it out. Then he throws a hit near that Belarusian line on Teddy da Costa, who was knocked down. Janil right back up ice. Couldn't connect with Sasha Trade. Puck rolls down the other direction, icing as it misses Huey.
Well, France looks at this Group B. His coach Dave Henderson in his 13th season behind the French bench. Born in Winnipeg, moved to Montreal, and played his full professional career in France. French see that Finland is still not got their full game together, and a win here for the French team will put them in good stead.
Off the draw, Belarus zone. Trail, top of the circle, deflected in front by DaCosta. That's Teddy DaCosta sending that one out.
The older DaCosta brother, the two DaCostas, Stefan and Teddy. They team up together on this national team. Don't play on the same team during their regular seasons.
Teddy in his 7th World Hockey Championship has played professionally in Poland, Finland, Austria, and represents France.
Teddy plays in the Austrian League, you're right, and his brother Stefan, CSKA Moscow, KHL.
Belarus, look out! Right into the French bench.
Bit of a choppy start, as the French have been known to play a more North American style at this tournament. The forecheck, heavy pressure, and then the fans get into it as Dave Henderson gives a supporter a lucky disc.
Should trade him for the helmet.
Probably wore one of those when he played in Amiens for 20 years. 75 kilometers north of Paris, pardon me, as I give directions.
Oh, I need him, trust me. Mounier, the captain, curls in behind Huet. Far boards, France trying to get out, back across. Relieves some Belarus pressure. Ovichuk has some time now as Droz peels off. Ovichuk looking up ice, has a man to his right, doesn't spot that, plays it for Douay out of the air. Douay picks up. He's hitting the corner. Douay trying to stay in the thick of things. Had Perret with them, but Belarus able to advance one up the ice. They'll curl back for a change again. France, you'd have to think part of the game plan is to sink their teeth into Belarus early.
Well, Belarus have been fighting the puck offensively with just those 3 goals. They've been shut out the last 2 games. Don't let them get ahead first, is the French thinking, as they go offside, up ice.
Have to go back to the 6-1 loss to the Czech Republic for Belarus. That was their 2nd game. That's their last goal produced by number 71 for them, Pavlovic.
2 goals in the game against Finland in their opener. And that's all the offense they've had so far.
Roby down the boards into the France zone. Huet tucks it behind his net, played around to the near side. Reck is there. Now Bash ahead for Ritz across the line. Onside, Ritz will turn one to the far corner. Clairot couldn't get to it. Reck did. Clairot for France. Clairot in a board battle along the end boards behind Belarus netminder Lalonde. Goes the way of Belarus in the white jerseys, but that's another icing.
Real choppy start. France will hope to win some face-offs. They document some neat little face-off plays. We mentioned both teams have Canadian coaches. Dave Lewis from Kinserly, Saskatchewan, the 63-year-old, who's coached in the NHL, played over 1,000 games. And he's taken over from a couple other North American coaches for Belarus, Clint Hanlon, Kurt Fraser.
Belmar off the draw, DaCosta, close corners. Belmar tried one, hit the side of the net to the right of Lalonde. Belmar gets it back. Now to Roussel, a high riser over top the glove of Lalonde and wide. Top line for France working. 2 current NHLers, Pierre-Edouard Belmar for Philadelphia, Antoine Roussel out of Dallas, and a former NHLer, previously mentioned Stefan DaCosta, who takes it at that Belarus line. DaCosta out of the far corner behind the net. Roussel covered there by Roby. Puck scoots free in front of the net. Belarus just trying to get out. As far as center, that's successful off the blade of conversion. And Kogolev changes. France will follow suit also. In on the near side, Sharangovich. The bodies collide at the end boards. France okay playing the physical game. Sasha Trail up for Fleury, one-on-one. A wrister trying to go between the legs there. That didn't connect. Robov trying to clear out of his own zone. Pavlovic reached behind him, moved to center. Sharangovich, long wrister over top of the blocker side of Huet off the back glass. Belarus bringing it down. Long knuckler goes wide. Huet has to get to the glove corner quickly. Didn't have to make the save. Will be centered there by Linglet, who gets the next shot off the stick of Ovichu, up and out. 7 minutes in, a scoreless tie. Belarus taking on the Giant, the host French in Paris. The ageless Cristobal Huet will park himself back in goal for France. 41 years old and going strong.
He's been the backbone for them through this tournament. Hasn't played every game, but when he has, he's been on.
John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson. Belarus trying to get that puck to the goal from Droz. It's Group B action, game 5 for both these teams in the tournament. At the line, a wrister on, blocker stop UA to handle that from Sienkiewicz. Trying to follow up was Caraban, but it's broken up, and Besh, the defenseman for France, will turn one deep. Perret out of the corner, swings to the line, no one home as both D-men had changed up. Janil, upon a Belarus change, Dom Malka fanned on that. Opportunity for Kenko to get it back into his own zone.
7 minutes into the hockey game, and Belarus has only got one shot. That one from way out is easy for Huet to stop. And for a team that has not been on track with their offense and missing one of their better scorers in Andrei Kostitsyn, being called out by their president. It's been a tough go here. Alexander Lukashenko, who's been in charge since 1994, condemning the effort of the Belarusian team.
Never good when a president takes notice due to negativity or because of the wrong reason. Belarus made some waves entering the tournament as well, complaining of some treatment due to enhanced security in France. Dom Malka, long knuckler wide of the glove side of Lalonde. Hops out, that's offside. Ovichu put it on, delayed offside coming. Surprised, quick whistle, but it'll be Rek who's able to clear. Verobai turns it deep. Teams somewhat feeling each other out here. Lots of quick changes. France has had the better opportunities. Trying to spark another one, but falling on the play. Hekafoilu lost a blade going into that Belarus zone. He'll get back onto both of them now. Belarus defending again. Perversion coming back, worked it up ice, trying to make a move. Stefanovic. Belmar in his own zone. Ovichu sees Belmar, cross ice at center. Picked up by DaCosta to Roussel, back to Stefan DaCosta. Pulls up at the near boards, looks to play it to the slot. Off a couple of sticks, Belmar. And held it in a moment longer than Stefanovic. Boy, end of his shift, and it is just chip and change right now for Belarus.
France already with 6 shots in the game, but DaCosta looking to pass instead of making Lalonde busy. Get the puck towards the goaltender, take your battle to the front of the net. That would help them out.
Sharangovic just helping it along with the right skate. Belmar trying to tie up that as well. Sharangovic and Linglet in the corner for Belarus. They collide with Manavion. The French defenseman getting some support now as France works back behind Huet. Ice, Stefan DaCosta has to change. Lightly taps one in. Yvanko turns it around quickly. Janil is beat. Coming down is Kulikov, the left wing side. Trail got back for France to keep him in check. Teddy DaCosta near corner. Janil, both throw a hit. Belarus with the puck and a fan on that one from Denkov. France, a little bit of pressure. That will subside as Rowe will get it out. is Stas on the far side. Overchu as the puck slipped to him. He'll go airborne. Lands near the Belarus line. Chasing that one down, Mounier, and awkward collision near the end boards. Both players look to be okay.
That's the forecheck that the French are looking for, just no follow-up help.
Might have been Demkov that got sent to the end boards sharply. Well, Shunkevich puts the puck in offside, and Belarus hustles to the bench again.
And when they change, they all go to the bench, and that just allows France to come out with numbers.
Claireau cuts it off, far board, shoots, right pad save Lalonde. He's holding his ground.
Through traffic, and he steers to the side.
Sergei Kostitsyn in. The shot goes off from Monavion. Claireau couldn't chip it to Rek. Pulling one in is Kenkel. Kenkel for Belarus. Stick handles across the France line. Backhander well wide of the goal if you wait. Sergei Kostitsyn at the far point. Robai can't get a shot away. Sends it deep for help. Belarus chasing around in the France zone. Monavion for partner Besh. Ahead Belmar. One pass to center. Curling back Stefan Da Costa. 4 goals in the tournament thus far. One off the tournament lead. Monavion changing. Puck goes all the way down the ice. No Belarus forward in sight. Huet will move it. Stefan Da Costa quick in. And Roussel picks it up down low. Roussel saw a hit coming from Perobov. Moved to the far wall. France trying to filter something to the front, but Belarus able to keep them to the outside. Reaching center cleanly this time. Will be Pavlovich getting it in. Turning, Don Malka, wearing 44 for France on the defending side of the puck. Now Rowe behind his net to Fleury. Can't get it out. Rowe tries again, jams it into traffic. At Wirtz might be a 2-on-1. Trey coming down the left wing side, shoots, scores! What a bullet from Sacha Trey! And it's 1-0 French.
It was a patient start to the hockey game. Belarus with more time in the offensive zone, but Trell changes things. Belarus, 4 men stuck on the boards, creates the 2-on-1 pass in the neutral zone. Sacha Trell looks, fires, and beats Lalonde right over the shoulder. A rocket of a shot for his first goal of the tournament. Teddy Da Costa is making the pass and driving the net, but this is how you want to shoot the puck. 1-0 France.
8th World Hockey Championship for Trey, and he opens the scoring. France with a 1-0 lead. To play in the first.
The delay here at the face-off, it's going.
Alors, c'est pas grave. Si le saute pas n'est pas français,
Offsetting minors as we bring you back to Paris, France. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson, and the French leading 1-0.
And the temperature falling outside with heavy rainfall, but in the building it's heating up. A tussle beside the goaltender creates a 4-on-4 for both teams here. Perret for the French is in the penalty box, as is Varobai.
Apologize everyone watching in, TSN 3 and 5. A couple of audio difficulties due to the weather. We have that straightened out.
Bellemare, the alternate captain for France, has been an absolute horse for his team. All sorts of ice time, every situation possible. He's been dangerous offensively as well.
Costa tried a shot off the draw, not letting that through Korobov. Belarus slowly out of their own zone. 4-on-4 here. Could be opportunity France due to the speed of which they get up ice with. Korobov sent back from center now. Belarus works in. Down low, Lisovitz pinned in behind the goal of Huet, who keeps guard on that trapper post. Lisovitz, the defenseman, in a crowd with two French players. Monavion lost his stick in that battle, goes back to pick it up. Worked around to the right wing side. French zone. Korobov down low again. Lisovitz trying to shake off a check. Lisovitz to the near circle. A couple of bodies collide again on the near side. And Bellemare will take it out of a pile, move to Monavion. Monavion, long slapper, blocked. Monavion gets it back, Lalonde out, can't tuck it in. Monavion that close to a 2-0 France lead.
Nice move, but just lack finish at the tail end.
Bellemare, Hecfoil shoots, that's wide. Past the blocker side of Lalonde, and you get the idea the French are going to unload from anywhere. Player that took that block shot was Lisovitz on the far side. Keep our eyes on the Belarusian defenseman, see if he's able to return. Belarus in the meantime 4-on-4, trying to put it to the French goal. That's wide in front of Huet. 17 seconds to play, 4-on-4. France leading 1-0 thanks to a goal from Sacha Treya. Out of the corner, Pavlovich, centering pass. Coverage in front is airtight for France. Belarus just shoved to the far boards. Pavlovich again trying to reset. That time Sharangovich couldn't play it in front. Now Perret will move it in for France in transition. Perret cuts wide, threw it to the slot. That's blocked. And 4-on-4 play subsides to 5-on-5 as Belarus flying in, curling to the blocker side, and getting the right pad on it was Huet against Demkov.
Some good speed by the young Belarusian player. Demkov just can't complete the wraparound.
Kulikov has Varobai clapping for it. Varobai throws it on. Left pad stopped from the butterfly Huet. Farboard pickup. Karaban in for Belarus. Down low. Back to the far side again. France territory. 4 minutes to go in the first period. Belarus looking to tie the hockey game. Splits everybody that time, and Lalonde will step out. Meunier missed it. Belarus gets in. France territory. Up the boards. Rek will skate it out. Rek deposits far corner. Had a man heading to it. Clairaut, and he collides heavily with Lisovitz. Lisovitz is just taking it, whether it's a puck or the body here in the first period.
Well, the French are making sure that they get the puck into the far corners, create a race towards that, and they're physical every time.
Conversion. Moves it up. Sergei Kostitsyn going to the net, hoping the puck would find it. Kostitsyn in the far corner, strips Ritz. Back to the line. Knuckler goes wide of the blocker side of Huet, out of the far side boards. Heckafoot moving it up. Korobov keeps it in a moment longer. Huet deflects behind the net, and that was Huet looking at Heckafoot, and Heckafoot looking right back, saying, okay, you better move it. Eventually the defenseman stepped up. France can't get it out, though. Near corner. Volkov leaves. Belarus And Linglet to the line, but that misses everything.
This time, Belarus decides to keep one player in on the forecheck, change the other four. That's how you keep the cycle going.
Fleury fell behind the plate, the Belarusian zone. He'll float to center as France gets it back. Fleury trying to spark a 2-on-1 with Teddy DaCosta and Sacha Trail, just the way France scored their first goal, but doesn't fabricate this time. Belarus in. Lone wolf is Linglet. Drop back pass. Didn't connect. We've seen that from Belarus already early in this game. If they feel like they can carry it individually, they'll go 1-on-2. The odds are not good there. Roussel kicked it across the line. Picks it up. Swings towards the goal. Pushed behind it. Antoine Roussel. Near boards for Stéphane DaCosta. Now Janil tries it from the point. That missed on the blocker side of Kevin Lalonde. Roussel on the far wall. Belarus zone. Besh plays it down deep. Puck rolling off a blade. Roussel in the slot. Belarus had enough, seen enough. Will change, getting the clear.
The tempo just picks up when Bellemare, Roussel, and DaCosta are out on the ice. They're physical. There's some finish to that line as well. Well, they'll rest for a moment here late in the first.
Avion past the center, a sharp one, hopped right off the stick of the target, the captain Meunier for France. Redepositing it is Ovichuk, but no blue jersey can get a clean blade on it. May not matter as Belarus ices it. Heckerfarle making certain of that.
13th consecutive year at the World Championship for Belarus. As we get a look at Avion, the defenseman coming in, getting his own rebound, trying to one-hand it after going around Lalonde and getting some help there. Lisovitz, who you mentioned has been a part of a lot of things, good and bad, in this first period for Belarus. Some block shots, some hits that he's taken along the boards. France trying to wear down this Belarusian team.
Have the 1-0 lead thanks to a goal from Trail. Meunier can't win the draw. Belarus progressing up ice. Stepping in on Troz. France able to get that back. Ovichuk. Always offensively minded is the defenseman Ovichuk. Now to Douay. Tries to dangle. Does. Can't get back around the defender to get a shot away. Final minute to go in the first. Puck off the stick of Meunier. Goes to Perret. France using their stick handling skills a little bit. Not afraid to put the moves on Belarus. Cycled to the line. Dom Malka down low. Lisovitz protected the puck, was taken off it to the ice, held in at the right point, tipped wide by Meunier, who was standing in front. Dom Malka. Meunier behind the Belarus net. France with some time left in the first, working in the offensive zone. Meunier on the cycle to Roussel. Roussel behind the goal line. Covered that puck with his hand and got a penalty as well on the play.
This is just working hard below the goal line. Roussel does that. Anytime he's out on the ice, he's pinned, but look, the strength to try to get that puck back into his feet. Keeps the feet moving, and that draws the penalty. Conversion, that's 88. Eagles for holding. And with 14.7 on the clock, the French will get a power play that should likely carry over unless their face-off play that they're huddling together with strikes gold.
France 3 for 16 on the power play through the tournament. First power play for either team arrives very late in the opening frame. Bellemare wins. Ovichuk shot, stick save in the butterfly. Lalonde, who did have to get down for one last stop before the first period expires. Ovichuk hustling to make sure Belarus and Stade don't get a shorthanded chance. The first period, buzzer sounds with an extra little stick chop from DaCosta. The goal scorer, Trail, has the home crowd happy in Paris. 1-0 France after the first.
Referees have whistled the end of this first period. 137 for the fastest puck. So you can see the statistics of this first period now. 1-0 for France. And there's the statistics now on the big screen.
Oui, ça concerne effectivement pour le période de cette première période et puis les stats très bien joué et découvert de ce match. Le but de l'équipe de France vient noté ici, les shots on goal, qui a cadré 11 la France contre 5 des Biélorusses. Des face-offs à avec 2 pour la France, 11 pour le Belarus, 8 minutes de pénalité, seulement 2 pour les Bleus et 4 minutes de plus pour la Biélorussie.
Allez, 14 minutes de break pour retrouver vous attendre de nous. Belle surprise. Attention.
toujours aussi essentiel, toujours aussi important que vous trouver l'information pertinente sur ces championnats du monde. Donc le programme, vous savez où trouver.
Vous trouvez ce programme évidemment dans les critiques officielles tout autour de l'arena. You can buy the official program all over the arena in the official boutique, as well as, of course, all the merchandising, aesthetics and obelisks, and sports and jerseys and t-shirts and everything to bring back home to show that you were there to the 2017 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. Et donc, vous étiez là avec vous, évidemment.
Voilà, pour les membres de c'est effectivement toute merchandising, les couleurs vous préférez, les équipes vous préférez, les maillots de soir, les casquettes, les fameuses mascottes, c'est avec les Obélix, les cartones que vous connaissez, ils sont regardés avec vous. Donc voilà, tout ça c'est à la boutique.
Et surtout, évidemment, le championnat continue. On a encore une dizaine de jours de compétition tous ensemble ici à l'Arena avec un quart de finale le jeudi 18. Il reste encore des places. Il reste également des places pour le prochain match de l'équipe de France. Ce sera dimanche. Et lundi dimanche, c'est la France qui jouera. Le week-end, c'est ça.
C'est le premier match en tout cas le dimanche à 16h15. Soyez bien sûr, la France et le week-end.
Ça va être du beau aussi.
En France, ça ne faut pas rater. Il faut pas rater.
Si on faisait un petit peu d'anecdote, un peu de l'activité, et on part 100 ans en arrière, on va faire un petit peu d'histoire de ça vous dit?
Ouais, très bien. Là, ça va. Quelques petites anecdotes. Regardez. La première, pour les Français, à l'occasion du Jeu du Monde organisé à Chamonix, l'université française du hockey sur glace en 1930, c'est là que la Ligue internationale de hockey a décidé que les tournois auront régulièrement lieu tous les ans. Parce que, justement, il faut savoir, avant, ça ne se déroulait que tous les 4 ans, à l'occasion des 3 tournois olympiques. Donc on a eu le précédent en 1920 Anvers, on a eu à Chamonix, et on a eu ensuite Saint-Moritz, qui était dès lors respecté tous les ans.
Okay, let's do a little bit of quiz in English for our international fans. Let's talk about the French team. Prior to the 2017 tournament organized in Paris, the French team played a total of 162 World Championship games in the elite division. And the French hockey players won 43 games, finished in a tie 4 times and lost 117 games. I'm sure that you didn't know this. Nous sommes à un petit peu plus de 5 minutes de ce match. On va en faire d'ailleurs un deuxième le samedi.
Allez, ouais, vous savez, effectivement, pour vous parler des championnats du monde des groupes, là, à 76, le pays professionnel qui a autorisé. C'est seulement en 76 que les pros ont pu rentrer dedans. Pour la première fois, participant au tournoi, les États-Unis en ont évidemment profité pour inclure 7 joueurs de l'IIHF et du statut concurrent de la IIHF. Du coup, les Américains, ils ont réussi à se casser notre caractère pour la première fois de l'histoire de ce championnat du monde depuis 14 ans. Et c'est la Tchécoslovaquie, quand même, la Tchécoslovaquie.
Voilà, j'ai beaucoup mal à t'entendre avec tout le bruit. On a déjà pour les supporters avec un interactive spot qui est là. DJ Reno, tu peux
Avant la reprise de ce match, allez!
C'est plus fort.
Allez, qui est pas donné à faire ensemble pour 2017.
That's right.
Beaucoup de bruit pour l'arrivée des deux équipes dans quelques secondes sur la glace. On va accorder un chouette voltige à mon équipe Exopo. L'arrivée des arbitres sur la glace. 1:40 avant le départ de cette deuxième période avec l'arrivée de l'équipe de France.
Welcome back to Paris, everyone. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson, bringing you the host. France taking on Belarus, and the French with a 1-0 lead out of period number one. Also start the second on a power play.
They certainly do. I'll close this to you, John. What would you rather have after the first period? More shots or more face-off wins? Because Belarus won 11 of 13 face-offs. Didn't seem to help their cause. France 11 shots to 5. One of those the only goal of the hockey game. Off the stick of big man Sacha Trel. And the power play is going to carry over for France into this second period. They get one here and it puts a little bit more dirt on Belarus.
You see conversion in the box. Dave Lewis checking his penalty killing structure. France in the blues. We'll start with a power play carryover. Crowd finding their seats, but always vocal. The Parisians put together strong support. And why wouldn't they for their host French trying to move their way up Group B. Power play has 1:45 in it to start period two for the French. Belarus, an early knuckle puck clear down the ice, skipped over the stick of Ovichu, in fact, at the other end. Belmar wants to reset. Ovichu drops back from center ice. Following him up, Stefan Acosta across the Belarus line. Wants to chip it to himself. He did. Throws it behind the goal. Finding on the far side, Belarus just inching one towards the line. Oh boy, that was held in by Ovichu neatly on the far point, closest to the French bench. But now on the near side, Belarus finds a hole.
The breakout works for France. The break-in, not so much. Penny Acosta puts it in, can't go and get it. They'll do it over.
Let's have a look twice here that Sergei Kostitsyn is indeed penalty killing. 55 seconds left. The water's parked for Fleury, and he scores! Upstairs, a power play goal. 54 seconds in, and it's 2-0 France.
This time the break into the zone is successful. Damien Fleury, his third of this tournament, and it's a nice one. Up through the neutral zone, just off to the side, the left side. And then that big area in the slot, Sergei Kostitsyn watching Damien Fleury, aiming. And he's going to go right where Trell went, over the glove and in. Power play marker, Roussel with the helper. France is up 2-0.
Making quick work of a carryover power play. French 1 for 1 in that regard. And 54 seconds into period 2, Belarus has a poor start to now deal with in what has become an uphill climb early.
You mentioned Sergei Kostitsyn, pointless. This is his 5th game. He has 1 shot in this tournament. Some penalty killing duty by his coach. And that doesn't work out for the Belarusian squad.
Not good numbers for the man Kostitsyn, who played nearly 400 NHL games and of course relied upon heavily at the national level. His brother Andre not dressed due to an injury. Meunier trying to slice his way in with a shot, missed on the glove side of Lalonde. Belarus working in the French zone. Sienkiewicz was in off the line for a moment. For Belarusians trying to make their way to the bench. Little hit at the end of the play from Kulikov to let the French know he's there. Pavlovich to center. No white jerseys ahead of him. France will reset from their own zone. Janil up ice. Missed everybody. Icing against the French.
Well, France are a team that you can't allow to enter into the zone. Trell up over the glove. I think you've seen it once. You're going to see it twice. Fleury up over the glove and in. They've done their homework, and so far, A+.
Hoping their final grade allows them to move out of 5th in Group B play. That's where France started. Canada leads the group with 12 points. The Czech win today puts them into 2nd behind the Canadians. Switzerland following up in 3rd. Then a pair of teams, Norway and Finland, idle today, tied in 4th, and France right behind them. So an opportunity to leapfrog a couple if France can put together a good effort. So far, 2-0 lead, and Teddy DaCosta trying to catch Lalonde behind the net. Did, but then couldn't center the puck. Turned over again by Belarus. DaCosta one more time looking in front for Trail. Couldn't find him. Worked along the near side by Sergei Kostitsyn. Into the French zone. No sustained forecheck from Belarus to even slow down the French, and they fly up ice. Clairot tipped it on. Left pad saved by Lalonde on the flyby, and he'll cover up.
And flying in, the French again as Belarus will back up, but they don't clog lanes. This is moved off to the left wing, thrown towards the net. Clairot thinks he can get a tip on it. Lalonde follows it into his equipment, and just to make sure doesn't let the rebound get too far. Off the stick, off the pad, covered with the glove.
Ritz will take the draw for France against the captain Stas for Belarus. Belarus a chance to grab and move up. Korobov angles a backhander to center. Deflected by France, played in by Rek. Chasing after it, Ritz again. Korobov around to the far boards this time. Now Demkov as far as center. Belarus 2-on-1 developing, and a shot off the side of the goal. Penalty coming to France on that back check. Lalonde gets to the Belarus net, and it'll be Kulikov and Demkov that make their magic work. Not for a goal, but for a power play.
Well, a slashing call as coming back, Valentin Clairot, who missed the puck at the blue line, so has to get the stick in. Kulikov eyeing things up after he took that slash, missed the net. The door is open for Clairot to go into the box. The door is open for Belarus to get on the board. Power play, their first of the hockey game.
Belarus 0 for 11 in this category, telling part of the story as to their struggles offensively. Again, they have been shut out in their last 2 hockey games. A power play goal would go a long way here. France up 2-0. Scrum off the draw. Stas can't locate. Worked around far side by Rowe. Finds a seam to get it down. Roussel will pressure as Lisovitz moves it around. In deep, but no icing. Hue out. Far boards. Roussel. Down it goes again.
Good hard work by the French, and they'll change their checkers up.
Janil, free puck, in shorthanded. Janil stops up, far circle, shoots, that's off a stick and wide. Finding his Perret, though, to keep the pressure on. Back to the line, Meunier, slapper blocked in the slot. Rolled right back to Perret. And France not only getting some opportunities offensively, but killing the clock quite well as Hekafeu sends it down the ice.
That big slap shot was blocked by Lisovitz right into his bread basket. He's got the puck now, but he was looking like he was hurting as that pass goes astray. And he's going to have to stay out into his own end.
Second big shot block of the game for Lisovitz.
French penalty killing unit has converted a shorthanded goal, as a couple of games ago Johan Ovicu scored against the Swiss for the opening goal of that hockey game, shorthanded.
Drawn the Belarusian zone. Kulikov waiting. Now thrown out. Ritz is just putting some cheese and crackers together before they drop this puck.
Trying to dip into the face-off.
Quick shot off of it, and Lalonde sharp as Douay, trying to beat him upstairs again.
Talked about face-offs in the first period. 2 wins for France. DaCosta wins. Teddy won a face-off, and Stefan as well, but Ritz was able to dig in a little bit there and helped on towards the goal by Douay.
France right now enjoying the offensive draw while on the penalty kill. 53 seconds remains for Belarus to try and do something with lots of time to go in period 2, but surrendering a power play goal against 54 seconds in. 2-0 France. Korobov back to Linglet. Drops for Sergei Kostitsyn. Weaves his way through center. Kostitsyn just past a teammate. Pass back at the line. And Kostitsyn, always looking for the pretty move, made one extra and sent his team offside.
You can see why this power play hasn't scored in this tournament. Disheveled.
Kostitsyn across, Linglet in. As Demkov moving the net, cross ice, found him on the left wing boards. Drop back pass to Sergei Kostitsyn. Down low, Demkov jams the net, nearly went off a defender right past Douay, stayed wide his glove side. Robov at the far point, keeps it in. Power play over, Claro out of the box. Kostitsyn shoots well wide. Claro rolls it across the line. France 1 for 1 on the kill and 1 for 1 on the power play. Enjoying a 2-0 lead.
And a mess of a change right there, and they just give the puck right to France.
Belmar to Roussel, in, shoots, juggled off by Lalonde, had it hit the chest and couldn't bring it back within him. Lalonde trying to keep this close.
Well, Roussel with the shot and then the follow-up on the forecheck. That's the second effort the French have been doing throughout this tournament.
Backhander went wide off the stick of Volkov. Sacha Trel. Now Droz for Belarus. To the line, far side. Karaban pulls up. Karaban working against Dom Malka. Opportunity on a free puck for Janil. Tries to force it out. Sacha Trel, a piece of that, won't be icing. And the French will be able to change. Back in his own zone, Yavenko through center. Some speed and in for Sharangovic. Sharangovic cutting behind the net. Shakes off a hit from Janil. Sharangovic to the line. Slap shot blocked. France trying to get away. Douay didn't realize he had it. Now Rister top, and they'll score right out of the air. What a play. Pavlovich beating Douay. And there's the goal to give Belarus some life.
This puck almost gets out of the zone. A block shot, but the French can't find it. Pavlovich behind everybody in front of the net, knocks it out of the air. His second of the tournament. It's a block shot. Just falls from the equipment of Douay and then thrown towards the net. That's Sharangovic with the shot. It bounces off the shoulder of the goaltender Huey, and as he is unable to locate it, it's knocked in. Pavlovic, second of the tournament. And this is something. Belarus hasn't celebrated very often with their goals. They're fourth so far, but they close the gap. It's 2-1 France.
Injured player down off the draw is the man that scored the goal, Pavlovic. Looking like he took one in an uncomfortable spot. And right now, Belarus trying to defend their goal scorer. Pavlovic had the last goal for Belarus in the second game of the tournament. Games 3 and 4 went by without a goal produced.
Being attended to there. This was right off the face-off, and then some pushing and shoving ensues afterwards. Montpellier, not quite sure why the goal scorer would be down. We'll take a look here. These two are battling, and then a stick between the legs as Pavlovic then feels the effect. Montpellier doesn't think it's that bad, but he's not the one that gets the stick in the wrong part. Referees are huddling. They'll figure this one out.
Montpellier turned the lights out on that one.
Pavlovic is back to the Belarusian bench. These two are just battling here, and the stick comes up at the tail end. And that's in a very delicate area. I don't think it's going to be a 5-minuter. Pavlovic is going to walk it off. There was a spearing call in the Canada game against France. Jeff Skinner following up on a shot into the belly of Florian Hardy with the blade of his stick. He was thrown out of the hockey game. As both captains wait to see.
What does this do for Belarus, who finally found the back of the net? We're trying to re-energize themselves, only to have not only the goal scorer leave the hockey game, but now a delay.
I think if it's a power play, it allows them some offensive chances. Not going off their last power play, but lots of explanation. Mounier first shaking his head, then nodding. That's the French captain who came on board the same time Dave Henderson, the coach of France, did. Haven't put anybody in the box yet. And doesn't look like they are going to usher anybody over there just yet. Henderson took over in 2005, got them into the top pool in 2008, and had Mounier as the captain the whole time. Now they're sending one over to the box, but not opening the door.
Belarus think the French have gotten away with one. Dave Lewis none too happy. Montpellier waiting at the French bench. Pavlovic was the player in question that just scored for Belarus to cut the gap to 1 on the board. That's a large response from Belarus after allowing the second goal against 54 seconds into this middle frame.
They're going to let them play.
Dave Lewis still not happy at the Belarus bench, but they'll play on. 5-on-5. Belarus with a goal. Pavlovic trying to spark his hockey club. Belarus in. Stas behind the net left. Ovechuk collects. Off his skate, goes to the line. Stas again. Down low for Kulikov. Ovechuk tangled up with him. Demkov spots the loose puck. Demkov for Belarus. Up the near boards. Demkov down low in the zone. Kulikov. France okay to just keep the battles to the outside. Wear down Belarus. Bellemare right now trying to work free of some stick checks. Up the boards it goes. France trying to get out. To Costa. Tuovicu back to DaCosta in, lost track of the puck, swings it across, and Roussel had a shot block that looked like a sure thing.
Demkoff falling over. Looks like he saves a sure goal. Lalonde was watching as it looked like DaCosta was going to shoot. The last minute turns the wrists over, sweeps it in front. And the block shot saves a goal.
What a pass from Stefan DaCosta, who originally lost the puck control and appeared to be too deep in the zone to make that pass. Teddy DaCosta in on the forecheck, 80 for France, watches as the play goes the other way, conversion finds Sergei Kostitsyn in, backhander pass, and that hit a skate as the defenseman Lisovic jumped up, 2-on-1 the other way. Sasha Trail coming in, shoots, stopped by the blocker of Lalonde. Trail right back, coast to coast as things open up for a heartbeat. Fleury and Trail, the 2 goal scorers nearly combined. Knuckler past the blocker side of Hue.
Kostitsyn on that 2-on-1. You knew he was going to pass. He got on the backhand early, hit a skate, and sent the French the other way. Trail trying to go over the glove again.
Dewey centering underneath one of the Belarusians in front. Pavlovic, who's made his way back to the ice. Across the line, trying to pull up pass. That was broken up. So Pavlovic able to shake it off. He's the Belarusian goal scorer. And for Sharangovic. Sharangovic and Pavlovic combined for a Belarus sandwich on the back end against Dom Malka. Shot from the far boards is wide in front of the goal crease of Hue. From the near side, Yavenko trying to get it deep. France will move it out, approaching the halfway point of the second.
Going back to that Trail chance. He's already beaten Lalonde over the glove. Thought he was going to try to go there again. Just pushed his shot. It was a low blocker save by the goaltender Lalonde. He came out to cover the angle well.
This one's going to be called icing. Very close to hitting Yavenko.
Playoff ice we're talking about with DaCosta. Loses it, fumbles it, moves it to the front. And off the skate, that's Korobov, who's fortunately in the way. His right foot directs the puck away from the net. If it goes past those size 12s, it's in.
Off the drop, Volkov wins to the near point. Hustling over there was Lisovic. Active game for Lisovic. He started the 2-on-1 with Kostitsyn, and then the vacant spot as Karaban unwinds and a stop by Hue. Belarus has one, trying to find another to tie. France, a good battle. Janil took care of one in the corner. Karaban cannot get up. Karaban calling for the bench just as they get a good chance, and Droz upset at the referee, but it's his teammate Karaban that's hurt in the corner. A little bit of everything in the second, including a goal from each team. France still in the lead against Belarus.
On y va. Le mec, c'est joué, les guys. On va partir d'ici. On va partir du virage. Guys, it's down there. Ça commence en bas, évidemment. Et elle va faire 4 tours, moi, je dis là-haut. On y va. Allez, elle est partie, elle est partie. DJ, plus fort. On va commencer 4 tours. Moi, j'ai envie de ce soir qu'on en fasse un 5e juste pour le fun. Allez, on est parti.
John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson in Paris, the host France, with a 1-goal lead over Belarus. Belarusians losing a player on the last play before the break. Danila Karaban right to the dressing room.
Shoved down hard in the corner by Janil. 2 men battling, and twisted his left ankle and was helped off.
Draw in Belarus. Overture had problems with it, held in, tipped in the high slot by the captain Stas, deflected up and over.
Well, a little bit of pushback here by Belarus. So they are looking for their first win. Their world ranking is 10th, joining the IIHF in 1992. They've gotten as high as 6th. That would be back in 2006. Games played in Riga, Latvia.
Without a point in the tournament, without a win yet, but they have kept it close thanks to a goal in the second period against France, who really should be the dominant team.
Well, they will look tomorrow. Belarus will against Slovenia. An opportunity there. And their last game is Tuesday, May 16th against Norway. Norway's found a way to win low-scoring games. Another patient team that doesn't chase too much on the big ice.
Bouncing puck, gambling at the line. Belarus keeping it in, thanks to Ken Colt, worked around to the near side. Stas again. Kulikov centering for Sienkiewicz in from the line, just missed him. Demkov behind the goal. Huey peers over the blocker's shoulder. Puck launched behind the net. Trying to work out a wraparound with Stas. Now he banks it off the back of the net around the defender Belmar, nearly to himself to skate out, but France collects and 3 go the other way. DaCosta in the right side, unloads off a stick over top of the goal as Lalonde pushed way out. Hakafoilu for France, slowing it down. Near corner, board battle. Roussel the puck. Antoine Roussel cycled deep, but both forwards for France in front of the net, and Belmar heads to the bench. That'll be an opportunity for Belarus to get it out. Demkov will. Trying to jam things up was Teddy DaCosta. Now he has to clear. And Avion will send it in. Crowd abuzz. Not expecting France would concede a goal to Belarus. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-goal hockey game. Teddy DaCosta, knuckling puck. Met in the corner by Yavenko. Belarus territory. Teddy DaCosta now waiting for it. Sasha Treyev. Trying to kick it free. Bounces back. DaCosta to Janil. Fanned on it. Belarus the other way. Linglet, though, looks like he's out of gas. Linglet in, trying to bide some time, and that puck came from outside. It'll be whistled dead on Sharangovic. France continues to lead thanks to a goal from Fleury, but Belarus has added their name to the sheet.
Allez, tu le prends là, s'il vous plaît, dans la carte, tout le monde. Les bras en l'air. Tout le monde. Allez, DJ. On lance le clapping.
Attention, c'est parti pour le clapping.
Allez, en rythme.
Parisians trying to urge France to another goal. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson bring you back to Paris. It is 2-1 for the French, but Belarus starting to press a little bit.
This is an opportunity for this line for the French to get some momentum back.
Into the netting it goes.
2 players were born here in Paris that are playing for the French, Stéphane DaCosta and real meat and potatoes type defenseman Mavion. As we get another look at that goal knocked out of the air by Pavlovic, and then the injury as he takes it off the face-off. Needs to recollect himself. Back of the bench now, the alternate captain. 2 goals for him at the tournament. 1 against the Czechs and 1 here.
France can't get out. Bouncing puck, Kostitsyn, and a shot from the right circle is turned away by the pad of Huey. France down low, Douay, head down, curls behind, has Lalonde down and out, diving to the blocker post, didn't have to make a save. Slapper Donmoka on with the left pad. Perret centers. The French keeping in at the line just as it looked like Belarus was going to counteract.
Well, Lalonde's been coming out. He's trying to take down angles, but he loses the net. And there's been some wraparound chances, but the French just haven't been able to finish them.
Clairot rolled away from him. Sprints after it. Belarus moves it first. Lisovitz in the middle of things all evening is number 14 for Belarus. Near boards, Volkov. Puck comes free to Sienkiewicz. Plays it in, Droz after it. Droz on the forecheck, shoves Ovichuk. Ovichuk, the French defender. Hit a long jam, Droz out in front. Rolling puck and a kick save by Huey with the right toe.
Stefanovic.
Volkov set up to try and put one on point blank and missed. Sienkiewicz. I think Lalonde thought there was going to be a penalty. Started out of the Belarus goal crease, had to get back in. Volkov. Belarus paying the price down low.
So did the referee, Linus Oland.
Stefanovic to the line, off the bench, a change, a shot, comes back to the near side. Kenko shoots, again cross ice, another hammer blast wide. As Belarus just does not have their sights on, and the net off will stop play for France.
Huey going to his right, and with momentum taking the net off, you see him recollect himself and try to get right over. Stumbles at the last moment. This is the chance towards the net. It goes off some skates, and then the right pad of Huey. Stefanovic trying to make his mark. Denied.
Most pushback we've seen in a game from Belarus, within one against France. Stas, muddy draw, France to it. 3 come out, Roussel will lead them. Across the line, Roussel banks it to himself, wraps it around Stefan da Costa. Piece of that Demkov helping out defensively, the forward for Belarus, who clear the zone. 5:20 to go in the middle frame. Action in front of the French bench as the whistle sounds. Stefan da Costa hit there by Barobai, and the crowd joins in.
Pushing and shoving, a couple of hits along that side of the rink. And now a wrestling match has Roussel at the bottom of things as Barobai is on top. See the visor get steamed up. And the linesmen are gathered with other people so they can't help out. Roussel's usually on the top of those things during his time in the National Hockey League with the Dallas Stars. Sticks his nose into everything, but right now he's got to catch his breath. Pull some penalties out of this one. We talked about the energy level of the French team. They've been battling tooth and nail. Close one in their opener against Norway. They recollect themselves and stun the Finnish team 5-1. And then that tough one against Canada, but they'll get a power play here. 5:18 on the clock. Barobai is trying to squish da Costa over the boards. And then the wrestling match afterwards draws the penalty.
I don't think it mattered what player was in front of him. Barobai was just going to have his way. You can see him just headlock him, wait for the tap. There's 3, and to the box he goes for 2.
This is a big point in the hockey game now. France has been allowing Belarus slowly to get some chances up ice, play a little bit more in their own zone. A goal here would go a long way to snuff out any hopes of a comeback in the third period for a Belarusian team that has not won yet. 0 for 4 in this tournament through 4 games.
Might be I wondered if Barobai was chirping at the officials for a misconduct.
He needs a stick. So we'll bring that to him. Nice wheels there by Joop Liedmakers.
France 1 for 1 on the power play. Started the second period with a carryover from the first and scored 54 seconds in. Trying to bookend the frame perhaps. Don't start with the puck though. Trying to hustle after it near side was Rek. Won't get to it. And France will start from their own zone. France on the power play leading 2-1. And Avion in for Clairaut out of the near corner, wrapped around to the far side. Saint-Chatrel, one of the goal scorers for France, was there, but Belarus will get it past him down the ice. Heckefull carries through center. Knuckler into the far boards. Chance for France to move it around. Monavion in from the line. And what a play to keep it in by Heckefull. Heckefull, right side, Rek, back to Heckefull. Traffic in front, dished it over. Monavion hammered one, and that's wide. And decides time for a change.
Not happy with himself there. He's got to hit the net. Instead, his shot goes wide, and that burns some seconds on the power play for France.
1 minute, just under now, remaining in the French power play. Late in the second period, France changing. Puck ripped right underneath their bench. And Huet will leave it at the other end.
Ovichuk will come on. He'll settle things down. He's the quarterback on the power play.
Ovichuk drops back. Stefan DaCosta. Over and in, right side for Fleury. Creeps down low, back to the line. Ovichuk as traffic gets to the front. Now Bellemare on the power play. 30 seconds left. Bellemare swings it backhand to the line. Ovichuk again. Johan Ovichuk leaves for Bellemare. 20 seconds to go, France power play. Bellemare looks him off, steps in, shoots high over top of everything, off the glass, held in at the far boards. DaCosta, Stefan DaCosta again at the line. Ovichuk, right side, Fleury, slap shot, stop, rebound, and that went to the right of the line, no one home for France. Now across crease play, and that one was deflected away from Fleury, who closed in. And Belarus with a big-time kill. Verobai out of the box. Might have started a 2-on-1. Had the pass been cleaner to Demkov. Demkov in deep, though. Centering to the front for Sienkiewicz. And France breaks that up. Held in at the line. Perversion. Skeets down low. Roughed up a bit by DaCosta. France with their power play unit out there, perhaps running out of gas. Under 3 remains in the second period. And France unable to capitalize on that most recent power play.
Well, their top line was out there when the penalty was drawn, so Dave Henderson had to wait and get his top unit out there after the second unit got the first 45 seconds.
This puck will reach the netting and find a way to get France a change.
Well, France will play again on Sunday against the Czech Republic and follow it up with a back-to-back game on Monday against Slovenia, and then it's out of their hands. They've got to wait to see what happens Tuesday. Norway's going to play the last game in this Group B. Switzerland as well. So they can only worry about the last part of this second period and what they can do in the third.
Good battle in the other game in Cologne. TSN 1-4. Germany and Denmark notched at 2. Germany needing a win in that hockey game. Played in at the other end by Linglet. In front! Sharangovich scores! It snuck through Huet! And Belarus ties the game late in the second at 2.
That's a punch in the gut to the France team right there. Missing on a power play opportunity. And then late in the second period, Igor Sharangovich is able to just guide one underneath Huet, who on a good day will stop this. Sent across from Linglet, hard pass, and collecting it with the feet and the stick is Sharangovich. And he guides it off the pad, and then you can see the skate of the French player hits the stick of Huet, and that knocks the puck in. So that is some luck going the Belarusian team's way. Janil tries to block the pass. Mounier on the back check, and watch his skate just hit the stick. The stick hits the puck, doesn't hit the back of the net. Fluttering disc, and it's in.
Huet getting some crease work done.
They're going to take a look to see if this was off the skate and in. But it looked like Sharangovich got the heel of his blade on it. Didn't see a kicking motion, more of a stopping up. Pass comes through and under. And right there, it's almost like 2 sticks guided it. Sharangovich and Mounier. Huet does not know it's behind him. This look will show you off what looks like the skate, but it's the stick of Mounier in front of the skate of Shranovic. That should be a good goal.
The 18-year-old Belarusian in his first World Hockey Championship has just tied the game for Belarus at 2. Finding the second goal of the period for Belarus as they have stunned the French and quieted the crowd.
This is quite a turnaround late in the second period. Talked about Belarus maybe losing their patience a little bit with that roughing play. Barobai goes to the box, the French can't convert. You see the stick of Mounier goes in front of the left skate of Sharangovic, and then the follow through with Mounier's momentum in his body. And here's the call by referee Edwards Odins.
After video review, no kick action, good goal.
Things have tightened up here.
2:13 to go in the second. We have a hockey game. France and Belarus. The president must have a direct line. His team playing more inspired, particularly after trailing 2-0 of all things. France jumped out to that lead. It's been Belarus able to tie.
This past season in the Belarusian Open League, Sharangovic led his team in scoring, 28 points in 38 games, and the 18-year-old got a couple of goals here in this tournament.
Minute and a half to go in the second period. Delayed offside for Belarus. They're changing anyway. Now it's turned over. Lindgren shoots. Gloves stopped by Huet. What a save near the end of the first. France on their heels do not know what to make of this Belarus team.
Well, French, just an energy depletion here. Is a nice stop by Huet, falls it into the glove, and tries to track it afterwards. Seeing Lindgren come to life, he had a helper on that last goal, and almost is the difference maker there of that shot that Huet is able to find only a little bit.
Stas draw in. Belarus has it again. Shot from the point. Lisovic stopped. Rebound, and Kulikov put it wide on the backhander. Penalty coming to France. They can't stop the bleeding.
Well, it's called a tourniquet, and they're going to need one. Besh puts his team down, and the last 4 or 5 minutes have been forgettable for the France team that's just not finding their footing. It's a hooking call there along the boards. Demkov couldn't control the puck. Stick into the arms from Nicholas Besh. And a late power play here for Belarus.
1:04 to go in the second. Power play for Belarus. 0-for-1 on the evening, but after clawing back with 2 goals in the second to tie the game at 2, an opportunity perhaps to get their first lead. Draw in France, Ovichu, hard around and down.
1 minute avant la fin de la deuxième période, 1 minute la seconde période. À 38 minutes et 56 secondes, 2 minutes de pénalité au numéro 64
Belarus,
de l'équipe
Robov
in.
Chases after his own dump and whiffed on that. Hekaful moves it up. Mounier. That Hekaful, short-handed coming in. Hekaful shoots. Stop Lalonde. An awkward 2-pad save with the left leg under the right.
Well, we saw France get a power play a few minutes ago, let that go to waste. But Belarus doesn't do the same thing for themselves here late in the second.
Linglet in, Kostitsin ahead, picks up the puck, wraps it around. Robov just gets there in time to save the zone. 11 seconds remaining. Kostitsin, not a shooter, passes over. Belarus needs a shot. Penalty, or period rather, coming to a close 1 second left. There's a shot, and it's fanned on, and France will recollect themselves in the intermission. 2-0. France was in the lead. Belarus and an 18-year-old Sharangovic have tied it, heading to the third.
Two goals were made for Belarus and one only for France. A goal at IIHF. The goal was 3-1. Also better than France. Committed to both France and Belarus. So you very soon to come together.
After video review, no kick action, good goal. Belarus, number 55, 2 minutes roughing. Good goal.
Across the world for any smart device in your own language. The 2017 IIHF powered by Shootout. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Shootout. Simply tap.
Vous avez bien fait de vous déguiser de cette couleur de pays, de couleurs, les drapeaux, etc. Mais ce qui nous a été absolument à augmenter.
On vient de voir effectivement avant match, voir complètement défilé dans le groupe, ce match. Bien avant qu'il ait commencé d'ailleurs, peut-être avant de se rendre à ça, c'est sur les 4 places, on regarde ça, il y a plein d'annonces.
So you can see yourself in the space, all of them are camera guys that are there before you were entering and you put all these beautiful costumes on. Get out of here.
Oui, oui, une équipe voilà, je pense qu'ils vont bien embaucher les garçons. On le fait alors, les garçons uniquement, les garçons. Et on fait du coup le maximum. Attention, 3, 2, 1,
John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson bring you back to Paris, France, where the hosts, French, and their backbone, Cristobal Huet, trying to restake a lead against Belarus, whose crowd is starting to become more vocal as the game goes on. 2 goals in the second to tie, Dave, and they start the third period with a power play.
Well, you hope the love in by the French fans for their team continues, but this is looking a little bit like last year for the French at the World Championship. They opened that tournament last year with a 3-2 win against Germany, lost 5-1 to Slovakia, then beat Hungary 6-2. After that, they couldn't win a hockey game. Lost the last 4. That includes the last game of that tournament last year, 3-0 to Belarus. Huet was in net for that, and he mans the net for this all-important third period tie score. Belarus with a power play that carried over from the second period. The French need to kill this, and then allez les bleus, what they've been chanting here in the crowd.
Besh is in the box for France, a reverse from how the second period started, where the French had a carryover power play and made quick work of it. 56 seconds remain for Belarus of which to work with. Off the draw, Belarus in the white and red will start out of their own zone. Moving in down the far boards. Lisovitz lurking there, doesn't get the puck sent to him. Instead, it's back to Stas. Missed it. Chance for Ovichu to send it down to the line, and does beat Lisovitz. It goes down the ice.
Good job by Ovichu. You have to make sure it gets by the defenseman down the ice, and the defenseman for France change up.
Conversion across the French line. Crisscross hands it off. Conversion gets it back. Right circle on the power play at the line. Lisovitz gets around a partial block by Meunier. Lisovitz shoots. Stop 2A. Rebound is there. And Stas couldn't get a stick on it. Another penalty coming up for France. It'll be a very brief 5-on-3 for Belarus.
Hooking call right in front of the net as things tighten up here. It's a shot that gets through. Huet is able to front it, and here's the hooking call. It's Manavion right into the hands of Kogalev. A 5-on-3 for 6 seconds, and then Belarus continues with the 5-on-4. They've been excellent in the face-off circle, winning 23 so far coming into this third period.
Besh getting the signs right, whether he's going to go to the bench, stay on the ice, or steal third. Fifth, 5 seconds left on a power play for Belarus, and a fine left pad save by Huet to finish one of the power plays. Now it's a 5-on-4 once again. Belarus, plenty of special teams times to start the third period. Winglet out of the corner, backhander towards the goal. That was a blind backhander, didn't fool Huet, who got the stick ready. Puck centered to Kostitsyn in front. They'll score on the redirect. Kulikov gives Belarus the 3-2 lead.
Belarus with the first power play marker of the tournament. It's a pretty one. Kulikov, his first goal at this event, and it could be the difference maker. It's a pass that goes behind the net. Demkov throws it out to the point, and it's not a shot, but Huet thinks it is. It's a pass from Kostitsyn. He goes across the front of the net, and Demkov with a deft touch and the hop, and it's in. 3-2 Belarus. costly penalties for France.
First lead for Belarus. First power play goal for Belarus. 3-2 Belarus. 1 minute, 20 seconds into the third. French fans cannot believe their eyes or ears. Rowe trying to get the party restarted for France. Shoveled one in. Lalonde, the goaltender for Belarus, missed it. Down to the far boards, Linglet chops it. Fleury at the line, holds. Knuckler to the slot, is blocked. Belarus trying to get out. Rolling puck continues. France goes back from center.
Belarus, with 3 goals coming into this game, scores 3 goals in this game. Knocked out of the air right there by the first goal scorer of the hockey game, 71. Second one, Sharangovich, 17. And then the power play marker, the redirect by Kulikov. So what looked like a comfortable lead for France early in the second period has fallen apart for them. That first goal of the hockey game, Pavlovich with the baseball swing. And the French are feeling like the baseball right now.
Sergei Kostitsyn around to the far point. Yavenko has it slip out. Back in Belarus. Robai, who has a pair of assists in the hockey game. Far corner, France. Move it up, Lamperier. Not only did he glove it down, but it's offside.
He thought that should be okay. Didn't have full control though. The puck off the hand. Perret has been a little speedster in this hockey game. His speed will be needed. French have to turn it back up. See how much ice time their top line gets. That includes Stéphane Dacosta, who's been a difference maker in the tournament, Antoine Roussel, and the horse, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Been doing everything for the French in this tournament. He's going to have to take on more.
Drawin Meunier, the captain. Avion will send it in. Near boards, Perrier hit the deck. Perobov works it around to the far side. Avion in from the line to hold it there for France. Behind the net, Perret cycles back, looks in front. Perret cuts wide, shoots a piece of the blocker, I think, by Lalonde to keep that one out. Held in at the line. That one goes off. A Belarusian up into the netting.
Dash, who escaped the penalty box late in the second, only to have Manavion end up there early third. And the power play difference maker so far from Kulikov. Dave Henderson talking with his forwards. See the goal scorer there, Kulikov.
I'm going to say that went straight out, so the puck dropped outside the Belarus zone. Ovichuk desperately trying to re-enter. Into the air it goes. Near side comes in cleanly. France after it. Rek throwing his weight around against Sienkiewicz. Far boards, Ekafoil couldn't catch up to it. No icing, he has to sprint back. Huet comes out. Ekafoil around from behind his own net. Took a chop, no call. Cradling his chin in his hand. Now a late one, and it is France that will go to a power play off a high stick sweep from behind. And Belarus with a 3-2 lead. Talking about ill-timed penalties, that would be another.
Now this is when the French power play has to answer back.
France in on the delayed call, 6-on-5 at the left point. Don Malka down the boards. Roussel keeps it going around behind the net. Far side, Ovichuk's shot blocked in front. And the whistle will sound after Sergei Kostitsyn paid the price there.
Rarely see him go down to block a shot, but takes it for the team. But this is probably going to be a double minor as Ekafoil, who split on the chin there, alerts the referee. And what an opportunity created here. The speed of Ekafoil behind the net, tries to get away from contact and is connected. Stas draws the double minor with that high stick. Ekafoil thinks he can split the two forecheckers, and look at that. Boom, the toe right to the chin. Initially no call, but the referees then of course pick it up. So the captain will watch from the other side of the rink. And the French power play, the top unit, is rested and ready to go.
Belarus leading after a power play goal of their own, first of the tournament, 3-2 to start the third, a minute 20 in, and now the crowd is urging the French to do the same and capitalize on the power play. A double minor, 4-minute high sticking call.
Had some problems with the clock. They're putting up two different 2-minute power plays, getting some instruction. 4-minute power play. It'll stay 2 and then 2.
France 1 for 2 on the power play in the hockey game. Belarus pressures the point. France gets it back. Work down low. Pull move. Roussel knocked with a hit just as he tried to finish out in front. Extended power play. France trailing by 1. Overchu moved it over. Roussel in front, as is Bellemare. Overchu, side of the goal. DaCosta off a skate, and it fools Overchu trying to protect the line.
4 men below the hash marks, and Overchu from the ricochet can't keep it in.
Stefan DaCosta to the slot. Bellemare from behind his back, gave it up, and it'll slip down to Huet.
The power play goal earlier in this hockey game by France was off the rush. That was off the stick of Fleury. The 2-0 goal, and looked like Belarus had no answers.
4-minute double minor to the Belarusian captain Stas as Trail comes in and Lalonde goes hard against the blocker post, sending that off, and the French crowd doesn't like it.
Well, they've been working on that blocker side post of that net. They did so last break. Not much of an angle there. 2 of the goals in this hockey game by France have been up over the glove. With the spin move right to the glove side by Roussel doesn't generate a shot towards the net. He's going that way, the puck doesn't.
4-minute double minor high sticking call. France extended power play time. We let a 2-goal lead slip away, trailing now 3-2. Work back from their own zone. Sent ahead, Lalonde out to play it for Belarus. Chopped at by Kostitsyn. Held in at the far point, France. Hekafun. Down low. France out of the far boards. Hekafun at the line. Slap shot over top of the goal. Lalonde was going down. Puck went up and missed the net. Navion keeps in. Belarus gets the clear. 2:25 remains.
Navion was stuck in the backhand and didn't have enough oomph to get it back down below the hash marks.
Not yet halfway through the third. 3-2 Belarus. France on a power play. Stefan DaCosta. Waist-high pass for Roussel. Has to go back to his own zone. Half the double minor is now over. 2 minutes on the power play off a high stick call remain. Overchu across, right side. DaCosta unloads, got through the lawn and went wide on the blocker side. Fleury, near circle, back to the point again. Overchu fakes the shot, moves. DaCosta in, shoots high over top of the glove side of Lalonde and out the other way against France.
Trying to pick the top corner near side of the glove again. Sights were just a bit off.
Minute and a half of French power play time in the third. Rek gains the line, drops back right between the wickets of Fleury, who is trailing him, waiting for that pass, and Belarus taking more time off the penalty kill clock.
France is not sharp here. This is an opportunity again that's going to go to the wayside if they don't get together. A minute left.
Fleury across the line, dangling, lost control. Pavlovich to the point and golfed down the ice.
2 shots for France. That's not enough on the double minor.
50 seconds to go on what started as a 4-minute power play. Sergei Kostitsyn down the ice on a return trip to the France zone. Claireau resetting. 36 to go, France power play. Need a goal to tie. Claireau in. Awkward collision from behind, sending Kenkold down to the end boards. He's back up to his skates, and Monavion will test Lalonde with the right pad save. Hekafun 18 seconds left, France power play. Coming on, Vion shoots, blocker stop, fought off by Lalonde, just enough.
That's a key save.
Ken Cole, who surprisingly is still on his skates, can't get it out far boards. Rek is pressured by Kostitsyn, who wins the battle to send it down, and a 4-minute double minor in the third gets away from France, who trail Belarus 3-2. Offside at the line, and now the French will game plan an even strength attack. Belarus, a stunner. They lead in the third, 3-2 against the host. France trailing Belarus 3-2 as we bring you back to Paris. 12:06 to go in the third. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson with you. France lost by the same score to the Canadians in their prior game. Canada, Switzerland coming up Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern on TSN 1, 3, and 4.
Coach Dave Hempertson, the shot you had earlier, encourages his players to relish the moment, try to have fun with it as this is sent in to the goaltender Lalonde. He'll hold on to it, but I can't imagine they're having much fun now, this game getting away from them. DeTosta with the shot, and just off the pad, hits some traffic. That's Roussel who's got a stick on the ice just in front of the toe of his blade and wide. Stefan DaCosta scored a big goal for France against Canada. But Canada with a fortunate bounce goal in the third period. Marc-Edouard Vlasic, his first of the tournament. One of the defensemen stick Janil and passed Hardy, who was in
draw in France. Perret in behind the goal. Wanted to center, hit the back of the net. Lampierre keeps it alive. Perret near corner, down deep. Cycled, missed Lampierre. Far side, Meunier controls for France. Down low, Lampierre cuts in front, jams it on left pad, stopped by Lalonde, and he's got the puck covered.
At one point, you have to stop the cycle and drag it to the net. Lampierre does exactly that. Eludes his check and then gets the feet moving. He's able to get it underneath the goaltender as Sharangovic scrambles back. Tries to upend his opportunity to jam it underneath Lalonde.
Face off for France. All the more important, trailing 3-2 in the Belarus zone. Clairot will do it again. Stas was the is the captain, was the player that gave France the opening on the power play. Belarus a huge kill on a 4-minute high stick call. Sienkiewicz to the net, snared by the glove hand of Huet.
Cristobal Huet, the 41-year-old, in his final World Championship, the second France-born and trained player to play in the NHL, won a Stanley Cup in 2010 with the Chicago Blackhawks, the first to make the transition from France to the NHL, Philippe Bozon.
Sergei Kostitsyn, draw in Belarus. Taking some time, swings it down low. Kogolev on the goal line, France zone. Back to the far point. Sienkiewicz again, missed the target. France an opportunity. Slow to get to that puck was Rek. Time not on the side of the French. Passed around behind the net. Besh couldn't reach it cleanly and forced to reset again. France settles for a clear to center. Now moving it up to Rek. He'll come in on the right wing side. Rek pulls up, plays to the point. Belmar leaves. Ovachu turns one on, and Lalonde from his knees will cover.
Early in the hockey game, shots like that would bounce off Lalonde. He's dialed things in a little bit more here. The fortunate up ice opportunity, drop pass, hard slap shot of rolling puck. Ovachu into the chest protector of Lalonde. Gets some water. Belmar has logged a lot of minutes coming into this game. He's got to get better in the face-off circle for his team.
One-goal hockey game approaching the halfway point of the third. The host, French, trail 3-2. Belmar wins the draw. Hecafol works down into the corner. Hecafol leaves. Picking up Stefan DaCosta to the net, blocked in front. DaCosta nearly got it back, slipped under his stick. Irritated by that, DaCosta headed to the bench. He'll head back into play now for Roussel. Slaps it deep around to the far boards, in on the forecheck. Belmar couldn't free himself up to get to that puck first, held it at the line. Ovichu looking for a tip, floated one towards the goal. That missed on the glove side of Lalonde, who again was going down early.
And was pushing away from the blue paint and kind of throwing himself at that puck. It never hit him.
2-0 France lead, evaporated in the second. Skated out in a 2-2 tie, and Belarus is now taking their first lead, 3-2, and the French will ice it.
Expect to see a lot of the NHL players for France. Roussel, Belmar, throw DaCosta in the mix as well at Stefan because of his time with the Ottawa Senators. They will be leaned on, but is there any more to give is the question. Back in 2010 to 2013, 47 games for the Ottawa Senators. 11 points, 7 of those goals for Stefan DaCosta, the 27-year-old.
Draw win Belarus, France zone. Linglet down low. Helped out there by Drangovic. France able to collect the puck. Don Malka to center, skipped out of the corner onto the goal, and a cover there by the glove of Lalonde.
France is trying to dump the puck in and get to it because of the Belarusian team backing off of the neutral zone. Just one steering, not even a forechecker for Belarus. Those passes aren't connecting. One went for icing. This one fortunately bounces towards the goaltenders. Faceoffs become more important now. I mentioned that coming into the period, Belarus had won 23 of 32.
Tenny DaCosta, stick tied up. Yavenko gets to it first for Belarus. Off the glass and out it goes. Didn't connect with the high forward Stefanovic. Teddy DaCosta wheels back. France trailing by a goal, hoping there is some magic, unbelievably, against Belarus. Droz stops the rush out short. Back into the French zone. Dom Malka. Played ahead. Trill. Lifted it in. He'll go to the bench for a change. Lisovitz around the center ice, rolling puck. Chasing one down, Kogolev now puts the pressure on Manavion, got the free hand out there. Manavion will leave it, Besh will skate the length, in, wrister, wide of the blocker's side of the lawn, had some mustard on that one. Perrier behind the net for France to Meunier, one hand on the stick, protects. Curls back behind the goal, leaves for Perrier. Perrier shoots, that's blocked in front. Meunier gets to the rebound off the shin pad to Manavion off the line. That shot blocked as well. Belarus really getting in front of pucks with the 3-2 lead. .8:25 to go in the third. Besh will direct traffic. On the take for Ritz coming in. 3 Belarusians swarm him. Puck rolls out. Ovichu near boards in front of the boxes. Cross ice pass broken up. Denkov will send it in. Sienkiewicz a beat on the puck. Rolling disc. Through it. Cross ice. No one home for Belarus on the near side of the French zone. And Rek will come back after it. Rek 1-on-4. Makes a move. Cuts the outside. Shoots. Stopped by Lalonde. Rebound. Rest there. And France missed an opportunity to follow up, but 1-on-4, how about that move from Rek?
They almost wrecked that Belarus stack of 5 players backing up. To the left, to the right, gets to the forehand, rebound, but just getting to the puck late was Ritz. French invested in this hockey game. The crowd's been doing their best.
France trying to give them something to cheer about again. Belmar, Roussel, DaCosta come over the boards. Costa positioned right behind Belmar. Now he'll have to take the draw. Belmar will go to the wing. Jamil comes over in case Costa wins it straight back. Belarus takes the draw in. Stick has been broken. Belarus changes. That was Kulikavo at his blade snap. Belmar, slap shot, scores! Belmar ties the game with a hope and a prayer, and France lives.
The celebration get to go on into the night as Pierre-Edouard Belmar, who got kicked out of the face-off circle, is able to help out along the left wing boards. The puck doesn't get out. He's able to keep it in. DaCosta is Belmar, sharp angle shot. Lalonde thinks he has it with the glove. It's underneath the glove over the pad. This just finds its way into the net. A glorious tie score by Belmar. And that's a bit of a stinker for Lalonde. 3-3. Hold on to your berets.
Whole new hockey game as Pierre-Edouard Belmar also with the goal moves into France and the all-time scoring leader in World Hockey Championship play with his 33rd tournament point career.
Well, the top line was used for offensive face-offs by Dave Henderson. DaCosta kept the play alive. He was one that went into the face-off circle. And this building has gotten louder.
See if the French can build off that. Coming back to tie, trail way offside the player ahead. And that'll bring it back. Pierre-Edouard Belmar, the hero for now. France begs for another in Paris. Center screen, center stage. Pierre-Edouard Belmar brings it back to a tie. France was trailing Belarus, and now it's 3-3 with 6:55 to go in the third.
The mindset of everything towards the net helps out. Milan was somewhat square to the puck, blocker side, but didn't get the glove right to the top of the left pad, and it snuck in.
And now a French player down off the draw. Belmar perhaps getting the same treatment that Belarus felt Pavlovich got. Belmar will shake it off. France, the crowd in Paris re-energized. Icing against the French.
It's about the 9-minute mark that Belarus decided they were not going to forecheck anymore as Belmar is separated from Belarus players going to the bench. Dave Lewis now wondering what's it going to take to stay ahead in the hockey game. First time Belarus has had an opportunity to be in the lead. They let it get away from them. Belmar, see if he can stay in this face-off circle.
The French zone off at icing against the Captain Stars. Ecafoyle. Behind his net, Ovichu through center, tipped towards the Belarus zone by Roussel. He's tangled up, then throws the stick in the legs as well himself. And both players, he and Sienkiewicz, perhaps fortunate not to take penalties. Letting them play here with 6 minutes and change remaining in the third. 3-3 tie, France and Belarus. Kulikov, a turnover in the France zone. Picks up at the line, backhand, and a crease violation. At the other end, Demkov slicing through.
It's been a while since Belarus has been able to play in the French zone. He's getting backed into, Demkov is, by Ovichu, and the way the veteran's not going to move. Draws the contact. Dave Henderson knows the character of his team. Mentioned he encourages that they try to put bad games behind them, bad shifts behind them. They put some bad power play performances behind them in the latter part of the second period, and they've come to square it up here in the third.
France did have an opening earlier with a 4-minute high sticking call. Pavlovich a shot. That took down Dom Malka to his knees, and Dom Malka, wearing 44, just trying to use the momentum to get back to the French bench. He just does now as Linglet comes in, and Dom Malka, who eats a lot of minutes on the France blue line, barely able to get to the French bench. Belarus from their own zone.
Not a lot of urgency in their game at this moment.
The French malcontent with the score, happy to get the tying goal, one another. Belarus on the attack, high riser shrugged off by the right shoulder of Huey. Lisovitz at the line, holds in. Misdroz looking to connect behind the net with Stefanovic. Belarus from the outside, plays it under to the net. Meunier, the captain, blocked it. Monavion can't get out. Monavion back behind the net for France. Pressured by Droz. Meunier to it. Again, unable to clear the first time, will skate it out the second. And Rek will play one wide off an angle, dump in. Perret out of the corner, trying to buy time while France changes. We'll get more of it to complete.
France has doubled up Belarus in the shot clock, 30-15. Belarus not offering up a lot here in the last couple of minutes.
Belarus trying to cut to the net, conversion down low. Sergei Kostitsyn picked up his first point of the tournament. Backhandsman down the boards, easy pickoff by the French and Belmar just across the line. Kostitsyn trying to stick the leg out and clip Belmar, just missed him. Conversion at the end of a change.
Get the feeling that Belarus is just happy with whatever point they can get out of this game, not trying to go for the win, trying to just hang around for a shootout perhaps.
Sienkiewicz loops one in. Teddy DaCosta rubbed out on the near boards, hits the deck, puck underneath him. Prodding, Belarus, near corner, Demkov finds it. Backhand to forehand, passes to the line. Vrobai shot, that goes wide at Huey on the blocker side. Kulikov lost his stick, picks it up, puck comes to him. France able to pressure, steal, and clear.
Maybe the serenade will work. French crowd continuing to get their team some more energy.
Kulikov, Stefanovic shoots, and a stop by Huey, top of his crease.
Mikhail Stefanovic, that puck didn't have enough life, but Trell's shot did, up over the glove, and then Fleury the same place. It looks like it's a nice night until this happens. Couple of goals in succession, and then the power play marker, the first of the tournament. The celebration says it all for Kulikov. Short-lived though. Belmar, the bell ringer, to tie it at 3.
France hoping to move forward with back-to-back goals, 1 to tie. Under 3 to go to find the next. This one in to the crowd right by the French bench.
Well, you look to the guys that have worked their way to the upper leagues. That's Belmar. Coach Dave Henderson knows that his team is overmatched most nights. They feel that in this game, they're the better team. Dave Lewis, Belarusian coach, has his shootout players already on a piece of paper.
Fleury rolls the puck to the line, just held in by Belarus. 2:40 to go in the third. Belarus working down low, prodding for it. Meunier lost control. Kostitsyn to the line. Vrobai moved to the far point, deflected right through the crease. Welcome in, viewers of Denmark's upset win over Germany. In overtime, Germans desperately needed a victory. And from TSN 1 and 4, we bring you into a fantastic fight to the finish. Belarus and France tied at 3s. France had to work their way back into the hockey game. Belarus took a 3-2 lead with a power play goal to start the third. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare has tied it up for France. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson with you. Linglitz now into the France zone. To Pavlovic, who has a goal in the hockey game for Belarus. Pavlovic dishes off. Far circle, knuckler to the goal, and Huet got down in time.
Once again through traffic, calmly turns it aside.
Ovichu pressured from behind. Linglitz couldn't create a turnover. France dog-tired. Bellemare barely got that out. DaCosta helps out his forward mates by sending it deep. Stefan DaCosta to brother Teddy. 1:05 to go in the third. 3-3 tie. Skipper to Huet. Big rebound and a penalty coming up to Monavion as Demkov drove the lane.
It's going to be a slashing call. Monavion wanted a dive on the Belarusian forward. Just looked like a harmless 90-foot shot towards Huet. Demkov had a stride on Monavion. One of the steadier defensemen for France is going to have to go to the penalty box. A minute 1 here in the third period on the clock. The slashing call gives Belarus another power play in this third period.
Might have had a case there, Monavion, but it is Belarus that opened the period, as you recollect, Dave, with a power play goal. At that time, to take a 3-2 lead, they're trying to repeat the effect and swing ahead by 1 again. Monavion in the box, France on the penalty kill. 3-3 tie with a minute 1 to go in the third. Kicked back by Sergei Kostitsyn. France gets to it first, wrapped around and out. Korobov from his own zone. Roussel, the short-handed forechecker, opens up, lets him go by. Demkov for Belarus against Roussel. Bit of a bump, left it for Janil, couldn't clear. Belarus picks up behind the net. Swings to the far corner, Sergei Kostitsyn. 32 seconds to go in regulation. Belarus looking for the last second goal. Kulikov, side of the net, Demkov, far corner. Kostitsyn really slowing it down. Demkov in front, pull move, stop, rebound, hit the post twice. Belarus had 2 cracks at it after a stop from Huet, and each struck iron off of Linglet. 11 seconds to go. Kostitsyn cross-ice pass off a blade. Linglet down low for Belarus. Back to the line. Korobov shot blocked. 2 seconds left. And we are headed to overtime in Paris. Close calls for France, but they live to get some more points. Belarus hoping to have a say. 3-3. OT next.
Après une pause de 3 minutes. And the score is still after regular time, 5 minutes, sudden victory overtime with follow after a 3-minute intermission.
"60 minutes will not solve it in Paris," as we bring you back The host French and Belarus tied at threes. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson taking you to overtime as Belarus nearly grabbed their first outright win of the tournament.
The power play carries over into overtime, but in the closing seconds, Linglet off the base of the net, off the post, and Cristobal Huet has to backstop the 59 seconds that Belarus has on this carryover power play. It'll be a 4-on-3. Dave Lewis, the coach of Belarus, is going to handpick his 4 players. We'll see if they can make the difference for his squad. They've already cashed in their first point at this tournament, coming in with 4 losses. The question is, do they build on that 1 point and get the other?
Belarus coming in did not have a power play goal. We're 0 for 11 in the tournament play. Didn't have a point in tournament play. Well, they picked up a power play goal that helped earn them their very first point through play in this tournament in game number 5. It is a 3-3 tie. Goaltenders and teams switch sides in overtime. And France with Cristobal Huet start on the penalty kill. Belarus with Kevin Lalonde in their goal start on the power play. Exciting fight to the finish. France in Paris, trying to hang on shorthanded. Robov in. Belarus will play it down low. Huet out. Linglet knocks it down far corner, centering. Sergei Kostitsyn works off a check from Roussel. Roussel finds the puck on a steal. Off the blade, it darts to the near side and will jump across for the French clear.
Kostitsyn with 1 helper in this tournament. That's in this game on a previous power play. Things are going to run through him.
20 seconds to go. Belarus power play in overtime. Korobov in. Huet out. Didn't get a touch on it. Linglet, far corner. To Sergei Kostitsyn. Pressured by Bellemare. Bellemare a steal. Has Meunier ahead of him. Settles for the dump out. Lalonde will play it behind the goal.
And the frustration from Kostitsyn, slams his stick against the glass. And it'll be 4-on-4 until a whistle and 3-on-3.
Big time kill for France to take care of the carryover penalty from third to overtime. 3-3 tie, Belarus and France. Playing in Paris, Group 5, Group B action. 5th game of the tournament for both teams. Moving in, Lisovitz carries 1 against 3, dodges a hit, leaves it over, and Stas' shot stopped to a rebound. He'll get that 2, still 1 more crack, and Sienkiewicz couldn't beat him, and now a penalty coming up on the play in front.
It's going to be Fleury for the tackle in front of the net. Stas, as he was getting hauled down, almost got this to the net. This is an entry, a quick shot from Stas, and then he circles the net, comes back to it, gloves it down. He's trying to negotiate it back towards Huet, who lost his stick, but Fleury puts the seatbelt on and takes him down. He's the hooking call there, pardon me, thought it would be a hold. So timeout now for Dave Lewis and his team, trying to draw something else up. Their second chance in overtime with the 4-on-3.
5th power play opportunity for Belarus in the hockey game. 1 for 4. France started overtime shorthanded, had a brief window of even strength play, now right back to the box, and France has not made it easy. Belarus looking for the upset. 1 goal away in OT on the power play.
Go back to the second period late when France had a power play, had nothing. Right after that, Belarus scored to tie it. A goal each in the third. That brings us here, and now Belarus, who came in without a power play marker in their 4 previous, they're trying to add their second one, which would be the game winner.
Set up in the French zone. 3:19 to go in overtime. Belarus a power play. Draw wins Stefanovic. Back at the point, Stefanovic gets it back. Krobov nearly lost it. Played down low, Sergei Kostitsyn with Linglet heading to the net. Sergei Kostitsyn takes a look. Now passes for Linglet and he missed the tap in. Huet, a little slash for Linglet in front who nearly ended it in regulation. Krobov back in. Far boards. Belarus power play. 2:50 to go in overtime. Linglet, right circle, down low, Kostitsyn. Back to Krobov. Now to Stefanovic. Shoots. High riser over the glove of Huet. It stays in off the glass and rolls out of the French zone. Long shift for the French killers. Belmar on his stick, catching his breath, will hold the line.
When they change ends in overtime, it makes it difficult. Roussel's going to gamble and get to the bench, and he does.
Kulikov dials it up for Belarus on the power play. Around past Meunier. Kulikov cuts wide. Back at the line, Lisovitz. 55 seconds to go, Belarus power play. Down low, Kulikov dished it over. And a shot from Pavlovic high over top of the net. Kavershin brings it down. Kavershin back behind Huet. Pavlovic, Lisovitz, high slot. Pavlovic down low. Pavlovic, high slot, shoots off the post behind Huet and out. Pavlovic that close to ending it in overtime. 25 seconds to go. Lisovitz shot. That's blocked off a sliding Meunier. Might have saved his goaltender, Huet, who is also dog-tired. 15 seconds remain on the power play for Belarus. Pavlovic to the far circle. Belarus setting up. Wrist shot and another block from Ovichu this time. Kavershin recoils, plays to Lisovitz. Slap shot deflected wide, and France has killed it off. Remarkably, Fleury exits the box.
That shot went off the hand of Meunier, the captain who's been out there for a long time.
France with those killers out there, still defending. 1:05 to go in overtime. Stas, cross crease pass, can't connect on the other side. Picking up Kinkul in overtime for Belarus, who's had all the pressure. Belarus and France tied at threes. Stas to the line, gets it back. Stas has a man in front, tipped wide by Sienkiewicz. France wants it cleared, and they'll have it lodged in the Belarus bench with 37.6 to go.
What a fortunate whistle that is. This shot isn't even picked up by Huet. He's got two defenders that go down in front, and the centering pass, boy, just missed in front. Sienkiewicz could have been the difference maker. As this game continues on, and it's been played, this overtime has, in France's own zone.
France has gone to a shootout already. They took the winner, 4-3 over Switzerland. Trying to move up in Group B play. France hanging around through two penalty kills in overtime. And Belarus sets up in the French zone again. Demkov, draw in. Lisovitz at the line to Demkov. Shoots, stop, Huet, rebound off his equipment. A heck of foil. Pocket pick behind the net by Troz, who in turn has it stripped. Leading the rush out. Stefan da Costa, far side, as Heckefoil to the goal. Da Costa to trail, bouncing puck. France in deep. Troz trying to catch them. Moves it over and coming back to defend is Heckefoil. And there's 10 seconds left. Da Costa fakes a shot, can't get in against Demkov. 5 seconds left in overtime. Heckefoil shoots, stick save Lalonde. And this game is headed to a shootout. France and Belarus even at 3 through regulation and overtime. Final shots in Paris will decide it when we come back.
Supplémentaire qui n'ont pas suffi. C'est pareil aux équipes. On est toujours sur la version d'égalité 33, séance de 0 but. Dans quelques instants, suspense à son compte, ne lâchez rien, surtout ne lâchez rien jusqu'au bout. Derrière votre équipe, on compte sur vous.
Shootout just moments from beginning as we welcome you back to Paris, France. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson. Belarus has achieved a point in the tournament. They would like to collect a few more. France hoping to add their name to the list of teams tied at 7 points by grabbing a shootout win. 3-3 the tie through regulation and overtime. Belarus clawed back out of a 2-2 tie in the second to then lead 3-2 in the third. France and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare would tie it in the third to send it to overtime. Lots of penalty kills for France in the extra frame. They would hang on and produce a shootout to grab the other points in Group B play. It has been exciting, it has been dramatic, and a coin flip decided the team that will shoot first, and that goes to France.
There's a lot of history in the city, Paris, France, but not a lot of history between these two teams. Last year was the first time they met, Belarus. We won that game 3-0. It was the last game of the tournament in 2016 for France. It started strong and petered out at the end. Somewhat like this game, up 2-0, relinquishing the lead and then coming back to tie late. Survived some Belarusian power plays, and it's a skills competition. Houé in one end, Lalonde in the other, and someone will be the hero.
Lalonde has made 27 saves and will ready himself to face Antoine Roussel, first shooter for France. Cristobal Houé making sure the net is on correctly, so when Belarus steps over, he'll be prepared. Shots through overtime, France 30, Belarus 22. Belarusians had lost all 4 of their prior games in search of their first win, and France, as mentioned, trying to move up in Group B.
You mentioned the shootout win over Switzerland. It was Teddy DeGosta, the only one that scored through 6 shooters. Dominic, pardon me. It's Roussel who's going to be dating myself as a goaltender, but right at the center ice area, waiting for the net, which is now on its moorings. And Antoine Roussel will get the first chance. He didn't shoot in the previous shootout against the Swiss.
Roussel for France to start it off in the shootout. Left-handed shot, weaves to both wings. Down the left wing side, in Lalonde, pulls to the forehand, snaps it wide of the goal. And France misses an opportunity early.
Lalonde has been aggressive, so going from side to side will pull him out, but the push off from right to left by Lalonde and the missed shot by Roussel.
Stefanovic next over for Belarus. First shooter in on Houé, holds, Deeks, scores! Stefanovic for Belarus has a 1-0 lead in the shootout.
Silky hands as he fakes the shot and then goes underneath as Houé was a bit of a snow angel. Can't get the heels together at the last moment.
Next shooter for France. Fleury in on Lalonde. Snaps it. Pass! Stop Lalonde with the left leg.
Fleury is a shooter, but this one isn't where he wants it. He scored early in the game up over the glove. He's trying to sneak and pass the right leg. Good patience by Lalonde. Stand tall.
This is it. Huet has to make the save. Coming in is the captain Stas on Huet to win the game. Deep shoots, stopped Huet to give France a second life.
Not a lot of imagination there by Stas. The stick handle gets to the forehand, showing shot, and hey, he shoots. Huet gets the pads together, and here's the biggest shot that DaCosta will take in the tournament.
DaCosta, Stefan DaCosta, who won it against the Swiss in a shootout, comes in, wide to his right, in on the lawn, holds deep, shoots, scores! What a move! Stefan DaCosta dazzles, and the French tied up in the shootout.
Holy doodle. To the forehand, and just tucks it in. The patience, and the goal.
Third shooter for Belarus, Pavlovich, who had a big goal in the hockey game. Pavlovich in on Huet. In the shootout to break the tie. Stopped by Huet with the right pad.
Huet's not going to bite on the overstick handling by Pavlovich. And calmly goes down. Pavlovich cuts to the forehand, but there's just nothing there. Off the right pad. Huet has been solid.
Now we go back around, so Belarus, with the fourth shooter, can pick a shooter again, and they do. Stefanovic, second attempt, shoots, stick save by Huet, who gets the better of him this time.
Well, that's going to put France in the driver's seat. Stefanovic tries to go to the same spot, but a little higher. It's off the tip of the blocker. And look at this. He's done it once, he's going to try it again. DaCosta.
DaCosta, Stefan DaCosta for France. Second shot in the shootout. In on the lawn, hold, shoot, scores! Stefan DaCosta has won it for France. 4-3 in a shootout. Scores both goals. And France stays alive in Group B.
Vive la France off the stick of DaCosta. How many big goals is he going to score in his home city? The French get ahead, fall behind, and go to the shootout and complete the comeback. Stick handle, 5-hole, back of the net. Celebrate.
Belarus tested France right to the brink. Battled back in the hockey game, had a lead in the hockey game, owned overtime without a goal, led in the shootout, and the French wouldn't go away. Credit their versatility, resilience, and Stefan DaCosta, who leaves Belarus speechless at their own blue line.
Well, this French team has dedicated this tournament to Huet, the goaltender, Meunier, the captain, as they will call it quits to the national team after this. Huet stands tall in the shootout. Meunier helped in the penalty kill in overtime and in the third period. And Stefan DaCosta, well, he's money. And over here, that's euros.
Player of the game will be awarded at center ice. Multiple players to choose from. I think we can pick out the French one.
Chronométreur officiel du championnat du monde IIHF 2017.
Stefanovic had 2 shots in the shootout for Belarus, scored on his first. Huet stopped him on the second one. Stefan DaCosta had 2 shots in the shootout, scored to keep France alive as the initial third shooter. Went back over the boards as the fourth and finished it 4-3 in a shootout win for France, who continue to hang around in the tournament they are co-hosting with Cologne, Germany, and here in Paris
Igor Rajowski.
Almost 13,000 strong, sticking around to salute
and Vice President of Belarus
their Blues.
Federation.
First, the players of the game.
They'll take home a lovely wristwatch.
De l'équipe de Biélorussie. Best player of team Belarus, le numéro 17, number 17, Yegor Sarangovic.
Sharangovic got the tying goal late in the second period. Had a helper on the opening Belarusian goal.
First point in competition for Belarus earned in the shootout loss. 3 points are awarded through the hockey games in this tournament.
L'équipe de France, best player of team France, le numéro 21, numéro 21, Antoine Roussel.
Antoine Roussel gets the stick claps from his club and will park himself at center ice.
Ever present in this hockey game. Part of that penalty kill late. Engine's always moving.
And the French will celebrate once again. A 4-3 shootout win. A dramatic shootout win against Belarus. Will bring the crowd to their feet in Paris. And as the Parisians celebrate, we will leave you with the French national anthem.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national de la France. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Team France.
Belarus made you fight for every single inch tonight. How proud of you are you, this group, for just fighting through the fatigue, given that you played 24 hours ago?
Well, I think we have a lot of character. We came out strong. We played really well at the start, and then I think mentally and physically we were a little tired from that big battle yesterday. But we found a way to come back, and we won the game, so we got 2 points. That's great.
There were 7 penalties between the second, third period, not to mention overtime as well. Do you think that that played a factor in killing some of the momentum for you guys?
Well, of course, the PK is being unbelievable this tournament, and that's what we need, and that's why we won the game. But I think the penalties, they come from being tired mentally, physically, and now we have to get some rest more, and we have another back-to-back to go.
So when it came to the shootout, you went twice, lots of pressure on you, but you didn't seem to be fazed whatsoever.
I was a little nervous, but I tried my best to make my team win, and that's all.
Now you guys move up to 4th place in Group B. How much confidence does this instill in you guys that you can achieve anything that you set your minds to in this tournament?
Well, I think we're not looking for anything. I mean, we were looking for to stay in this group, to stay in the elite group, and now that I think we've done the job, now we're gonna go for a quarterfinal, and we're gonna really try our best to go, because we've had a really good tournament so far.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.